Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 114. My name is Jason Erpelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and Buy and Sell DVC.com.
And today is April 12th, 2023, which means your 11-month window is going to be March 12th, 2024, and the 11-month window is November 12th, 2023. As always, Buy and Sell DVC is buyandselldvc.com, and the rental side of things is DVC-Rental. Remember the dash to save the cash. And if you're looking to buy DVC, it is still the time to buy DVC. I don't know if you know this or not, but it is like March, April, May, June of 2020 when, at first in March of 2020, of course, no one was doing anything, but then Disney wasn't buying anything back. And then everybody just was like, okay, I want to buy. And then Disney started buying things back, but then people still bought. But it's like, oh, people are like, oh, we're never going to see this again. Well, here we are again, where Disney is basically waiving things in like 7 days. Yeah. Disney is sending, like, I got an email the other day, Disney's like, hey, this is an owner. And on some of their deeds, they had junior. Some of the deeds, the guy didn't have junior. And so they were like, hey, we need to know that this guy is the same person. So I had to do an addendum, send it to Disney. Usually when I send an addendum to Disney, you never hear from Disney. Disney responded and said, thank you. And I was like, man, it is like, it can't get any better than this.
Polite.
Yeah.
A quick, polite email back.
Yeah. Like, this is like, so things are waiving in like 7 to 10 days. They're providing the estoppel at the same time. Closing company then prepares everything. Documents are going out. If the seller and buyer both return everything quick, things are closing in like a month. And so, I mean, you have people just, and I understand if you're new to DVC, you don't have all of the past information, but you have people that were looking at the buying Saratoga or Animal Kingdom in 2022 when, say, you might have to buy a Saratoga for $138 a point to get through right of first refusal. And now, I don't want to mention any prices because everything can change. Like, we could air this episode and Disney will buy something back and then but prices are much lower than $138 a point. So these buyers are like, they're just jumping in like, oh, I didn't buy more points in 2020. I'm not missing this opportunity. Yeah. I'm buying. And so, and the peak it appears that the peak is no longer the peak. Like the peak, there was 2,700 listings on the market. Okay. And usually there's only around 600 listings on the market. So you'll say, well, now that number's down to, 2,400. So now again, you have more buyers coming in, pushing that number down, and the number is probably going to continue to go down. So, but it's another window. Again, you had buyers had windows in 2020. You got another window 3 years later. If you're looking to get in, to me, you just can't go wrong with DVC just because, it's just, you have the point charts, the point charts aren't going to change. When I say that, of course they can change, meaning they can say, okay, it's 2 more points here, 2 points less, but it's not like they can say, okay, now you bought in, now everything next year is 100 more points. No, I get my vacations at Vero Beach. I get my vacations at Hilton Head. I know what the points are going to be. Hopefully the Vero Beach and Hilton Head point charts aren't going to change for me. So, but no, it's a time to buy. Things couldn't get any easier. So if this is your first time buying resale, you're going to be like, this is amazing. Like, how is this person, saying, when they bought back in 2016, it took this long. It is smooth sailing right now. So I don't know how long it's going to be smooth sailing for. So it's time, if you're on the fence, I would say now is the time.
Prices have come down. Disney's not buying stuff back and everything is closing really quickly.
Yeah. And Disney's happy. Disney's, like I say, they're sending emails to say thank you, So, everyone seems to be in a good mood right now. So, you want that to continue. So, so now we're on to the food review of the week.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
So for today's food review, I am back at Epcot for the Flower and Garden Festival, hitting up another kiosk. This is the Farmer's Feast. And apparently this is part of the early bloom menu that only lasted from March 1st to April 8th. I didn't realize this until I went back and I looked at the picture that I actually took from there. So this actually ended 4 days ago. So I'm sorry you can't get this anymore. This was their spice cake. It was cream cheese icing, candied pecans, and parsnip. I don't know if I've ever had parsnip before, really.
I'm not sure I know what parsnip is.
I'm not I think it's a vegetable.
If I had a quiz on that, I would not pass.
It's a root for $4.50. This was another big win for Disney. I mean, the last time we had the filet mignon, which was really, really good. My wife and I both really enjoyed this. It's kind of like a carrot cake with like the cream cheese frosting on it, nice and moist. My wife said this was probably one of the best things she's had in Disney in a long, long time. I really enjoyed this as well. I gave this an 8.8. I mean,
that's a pretty high score.
I would say I'd definitely get this again, but maybe it's going to come around again next year because apparently it's already gone now. But really, really good. We enjoyed it. Again, shared it. I'm very, very happy. It was delicious.
That sounds fantastic. And now we're already on to the DVC-Rental side of things.
So Jason just told you how wonderful the resale market has been and everything's going well. I didn't realize Jason actually was going to talk about this when I had set this up. I was going to go over and do a recap kind of how the rental market's going. Typically, January to April it's our busiest season for the rental side. And at any given point, we might have around 100 people who are on a wait list, who have, 30 people want Polynesian points. And we've gone through all of our Polynesian points and there's a wait list of 30 people and 20 people want Beach Club. And we've got 100 people who are just like waiting on points because we're that busy. It's been a lot slower on the rental side of it. From across the board, I mean, I've looked at other companies. They're going through the same exact stuff as we are right now. And I mean, I'm not sure if it's inflation, the economy, uneasiness, some political stuff. But this is typically our busiest season and it's just been coming out as like a regular month for us for the past couple months, which means that, we're still renting a ton of rooms, but just normally we're running around with our hair on fire with, 100 people waiting on points and we're booking nonstop. It's a little bit crazy. Hasn't been like that. But I will say if you're looking, not on the DVC member side, if you're looking to rent a room and come down to Disney, this is the absolute best January, February, March to ever do it. Because normally there could be wait lists, there could be take a while to book it. I mean, stuff's coming in and we're booking it in 5 minutes. It's the turnaround has been like the turnaround with Disney and the right of first refusal. Our turnaround has been super, super fast because we still have a lot of points out there and there just has not been as much demand recently. So we've got a ton of points to use. We have the most amount of confirmed reservations on our deals page that we've ever had. So we have a lot of confirmed reservations that are already pre-booked, listed, that are available right now.
So like if someone wants to come for the summer, do you have a lot of options?
If someone wants to come for the summer, if someone wants to come for April, we've got lots of stuff out there. And our confirmed reservations probably, go past Christmas and stuff. So we've got bookings for a while. But even bookings that are gone, they're sold out through Disney for April, May, will come in July. We have a lot of stuff on our deals page already, so there's a lot of bookings there. But it's been an odd market this year. It's like I felt like that's how it was when COVID happened. When COVID happened, nobody was booking rooms because nobody even knew when Disney was going to reopen. So the rental side went down. However, during COVID, the resale side spiked up. They kind of run next to each other. And owning two companies, it's actually very helpful because if one's having a bad time, a lot of times the other one helps pull it up and helps out. So just been interesting because resales has been super busy and it's been wild. And then the rentals have slowed down and possibly midway through the year, the resales could come down a little bit and the rentals will spike back up. It's been a different year. I know on the rental side, for all the companies, we keep an eye on each other. We know what's going on. We see what promotions somebody's posting on Facebook and stuff like that. And I've never seen this happen in the 12 years I've been doing this, almost 13 years. It seems that the other companies I think are panicking a little bit more. But I mean, it's just been a little bit slower. But again, as a renter, this is the absolute best time to be booking the room because we've got points for everything. There's no issues. Stuff is getting booked right away. There's still lots of availability for 2023. So if you're looking to rent out, book a room and save about half off of what Disney charges. Now is the time to be.
And would you say that Disney itself is also like trying to do things to attract more like?
I feel like
like when they dropped the, they don't have to pay for parking. Was that just?
I guess that was to try to be helpful. I mean, I haven't. There weren't promotions for a while. Disney's still been very slow with the promotions. You haven't seen it. There's been some, save 30% off for these specific dates, but they haven't done any dining plans again. So there's been no free dining. So they haven't been pushing out a ton of promotion. No annual passes. So it's not like there's, it doesn't seem, Disney's not hurting. When you go to the parks, they're still pretty crowded. So, I mean, they're not at capacity, but they're still relatively crowded. Disney's not going out there and putting out all sorts of special promotions.
So over spring break, the parks were not at capacity.
Well, I was in the ocean. I was on the one.
You were at Megan's Bay.
I was in Megan's Bay hanging out and playing beach volleyball at St. Kitts. Sorry, in the Bahamas, I was playing beach volleyball. So I was there. I mean, I saw pictures and people were saying how crowded it was. And then as soon as Florida spring break ended, I saw pictures and it dropped down dramatically. Spring break was very, very busy when all the Floridians were off from school. And now it's back up. I mean, it's still crowded. It's still, right around Easter time. So I mean, it's still crowded. And to be honest, we have annual passes and they're blocked out through Easter. So I can't even get to the parks right now. But I mean, actually, is it Easter right now blocked out? I don't remember if they switched it. No, I think they switched it. They switched it to, my pass switched from Thanksgiving. Sorry, it used to be blocked out Easter and Christmas. Now I'm blocked out Thanksgiving and Christmas. So technically I can go to the parks, but I have seen that it's crowded. So honestly, I have not been to the parks in a couple weeks. So I don't even know, but I have seen on Facebook, it's looking pretty darn crowded.
And are you friends with people that winter here in Florida or? Not really.
Any people who winter here, you mean?
No, are you friends? Like
friends who winter here?
No, yeah. And you're just like, I'm just, because I like this one guy, I mean, I'm sure you know where we're going with this, but it's like these people I play pickleball with. Like, so.
Shocked, I tell you. It somehow came back to pickleball.
So, he's from Minnesota. He winters here. He doesn't really affect the Disney attendance, but, he goes back, and then another pickleball player from Canada, then they go back, So I didn't know if you had like personal friends that are, that are here.
No, I have friends who the Maliks. The Maliks have a house here and they come down periodically, but it's not like they winter down here or stay for several weeks at a time. So not like your pickleball crew every time. Always the pickleball.
But it's like, it's just, it's like Florida just blows up in the winter and then after Easter it comes down and then
pick back up. Yeah, exactly. During the winter it's a little bit lighter and then spring break it pops up, then comes down a little. Then Easter it pops up and then comes down a little bit for a little while. And then all of a sudden we're gonna be hitting the summer months and that's going to pop up for June, July, August.
And when this guy comes from Minnesota or they're from Canada, it makes me, because they're like, oh my God, the sunshine. And it's like, we have sunshine every day. Like, I don't appreciate as much as when they come here and they're just like, they can't stop talking about it. I'm like,
yeah, living here, we definitely take it for granted.
Yeah, it's
again, you're from Iowa.
You're like, it's sunny every day.
You're from Iowa. I'm from New York, New Jersey area. So the thing is, when you first come down here, you're like, this is great. And then after you've lived here for a while, you sit there like, oh, like right now it's sun, every day it's sunny and it's going to be in the 90s, upper 80s, low 90s. We're kind of used to it. And I talk to people and they're like, oh, it's 40 here. And you're like, oh, that still happens? You kind of forget. But it's supposed to, it's every day, it's sunny and warm and beautiful here. And, you have to remind yourself, and I'm sure you probably do it every now and then as well, is that I haven't said it in a while, but my wife and I used to say, it's like, we live where people vacation. And it's supposed to, it makes you smile. You said, people spend thousands and thousands to come down here every single year. We did that the other night. We're at Raglan Road, and my kid mentioned that it's like all these people here that they're on vacation. I'm like, yeah, they spent just like we used to do, thousands and thousands. You save up to come down to Disney, and you have this amazing week down here. And I'm like, we just swing by for dinner, and we don't take advantage of it as much as we possibly should. And I try to take advantage of it more sometimes, but just like you don't realize it's always sunny here, and it's always wonderful. And it's always magical. I mean, it's what are you laughing at?
No, it's so true though. It's so true. Like,
I know I live closer to Disney than you do, and I go more than you. You don't go that much at all. You should probably go, even just go to like Disney Springs and go to restaurants and walk around just to enjoy it and just go, this is where we live, you know. I'm sure it's probably pretty cold in Iowa right now, you know, and you know, it's 92 here and sunny, but now you and I have been here so long, we're like, oh gosh, it's 92 out. It's freaking hot. I don't want to go out there. I'm sweating but it's always sunny and beautiful here.
but it's so true. Like, these people are coming here vacation, and then it's like, you know, it's, you know, like they have to play pickleball 7 hours a day. I'm like, listen, I can play pickleball 365 days a year. You know, it's like, so yeah, it's like, again, like you said, it's so true though. You just see people spending thousands of dollars to come here, and of course you want it to be perfect weather when they're here, things like that. But you know, we get it all the time. I don't even know how we digressed into this conversation.
I was looking at this either. I was like, the last thing I was talking about was how the rental market was going, and now we've been talking for.
But to sum up though, if you're looking to come June, July, August, there's plenty of availability, or they need to confirm reservations?
There's still availability right now. I mean, like beach club, boardwalk, stuff like that, I'm sure is going to be sold out already. But there's definitely going to be options left, I'm sure. You know, this Animal Kingdom and.
Studios are still available?
I'm sure there's probably some studios available. And I mean, even so, I mean, we've got confirmed reservations on our deals page, but there's still a decent amount of availability for the summertime right now. So it just kind of depends. Again, smaller resorts or maybe more high in demand resorts could possibly be gone, but there are definitely going to still be options left. Studio, you know, all
we lost focus there. We got to get back on point here. So we need
magically somehow pickleball got thrown in yet again. I think that's 8 episodes in a row now. I can't wait to find out what happens next week.
DVC-Rental, confirm reservations, or if you need reservations, the check availability button, and get your vacation booked.
Yep, absolutely. Remember, check us out. We're all over social media. We're on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
Leave a comment. We need a comment for the algorithm.
Yeah, we love people, you know, commenting on our stuff. We pretty much reply to every single thing that comes out there. So leave a comment, say hello, talk about pickleball if you want, you know. Check out the resales. Again, great time to buy. The prices have been coming down. Disney has not bought back really anything recently. So, I mean, if you're looking to score a great deal, now is really the time to
get it closed and make your reservation, everything.
And if you happen to like pickleball, if you buy a contract with us, Jason will personally give you pickleball lessons for 30 minutes when you're down here.
On that note, we'll see you next week.
Have a great day.